All right, we're here with Ottawa Champions. I guess you could say new signee Eric Gagne is going to make a start tomorrow, looking to go at least 4 or 5 innings. So, how have you kind of prepared for this start coming tomorrow on Monday, Labor Day weekend?
I've been preparing for about 3 months, and I've been working out with a bunch of kids I got at home, and they're pro guys. So I kind of throw with them every day, and I start feeling better and better. And I'm like, hey, why not give it another shot? And I feel good. I've been working out almost for 3 months. The arm feels good. And hopefully, like you said, 4 or 5 innings and have fun and just put a good show up tomorrow.
And I know a couple years ago you kind of done the same thing with Quebec. You did this with Trois-Rivières last year. So this kind of, as far as you're concerned, bringing, I guess, more experience to the Can-Am League, helping the young guys and bringing fans to the ballpark?
Yeah, that's my goal. I mean, everybody talks about coming back. I mean, it's not a comeback. It's more me pitching and, bringing awareness to baseball and, what they've done here in Ottawa. Miles brought a team here and everybody here that's involved in this, this really nice venture. And, that ballpark's beautiful and it was empty with no pro team. I think they deserve that. And it's more of a thank you to the fans. I mean, great year. They can make the playoffs the first year. And, yesterday I was here to watch the game. There's a lot of fans. So it's more of a thank you, and it's just bring maybe, just a little publicity to baseball and show like baseball is healthy in Canada. And hopefully, like sitting here talk about baseball is going to, get some kids thinking about playing baseball more. And hopefully that's the impact we're going for.
And now that you do mention that, Gagne, bringing the fans to the ballpark in baseball in Canada, of course, baseball is what I think behind hockey as a sport in Canada from what I think. So I guess your goal is to get baseball more being played more in Canada, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, when I was young, I was lucky because I had the Expos in Montreal and I had the people to look up to. And I think it's, I went to Quebec City in 2009 and I pitched there. I had such a good time. And I didn't know what to expect. And we made some really big impacts on the kids. I mean, kids play a lot of baseball there. And it's because of the Can-Am. It's because of the Capitale. And I think that's my goal. That's why I pitch in here, Ottawa, Three Rivers, and just to bring a little bit of I don't want to say a spotlight on it, but a little bit of attention to the Can-Am and to what they're doing here.
Now, how did the inception for tomorrow come kind of together? Because we heard it was just a phone call from you to Miles. So where does the relationship come from between you and Miles?
In Quebec, I think. Okay. In 2009, I think it's 2009. Yeah. I pitched there, and then I asked Miles to pitch in 2009, and I didn't know there's that many rules about veterans and all that stuff. So they had to wait about a couple weeks so you see if I was ready first, and then make sure they could have a spot for me. And me and Miles, I know what he's done for baseball all over, not just in Canada, but all over. Mm-hmm. Independent baseball is huge. It keeps guys playing for a long time. I mean, there's guys that, they're not done. It's just people, they play for the passion, the love of the game, and, no one's making money here. We all know it's, but it's still a last chance. I mean, there's a chance that people go up and down. You look at Colabello. Mm-hmm. I mean, guys like that you hang around long enough, you'll be seen, and people are going to notice. And, I mean, for me, that's why he gave me another chance to come back here and have fun and find the love of the game again, because I was working the last 2-3 years, and now it's more baseball and love of the game.
Now, I have to ask you, during your time playing, of course, did you have a chance to ever come to Ottawa and play in this stadium before?
Yeah, I played once. I think it was Team Canada. We had an exhibition game. I think it was against USA, but I'm not positive. But, yeah, we did play here a couple times, I think.
Now, do you get any, because you were part of the ownership in Trois-Rivières, maybe still, so do you get any stick for coming to pitch for the champions today, maybe from the front office staff in TR?
Of course I do. I mean, it's a complicated story, but it's at the end of the day, I wanted to pitch in Canada. I wanted to pitch somewhere, and I wanted to pitch. That was my main goal. And like I said, there's a lot of rules, a lot of different stuff you can do and can't do. So for me to come here and be able to raise a lot of money to give it charities and all that stuff, that was really important for me. And we couldn't come up with anything in Three Rivers or Quebec, but Miles he knows the game, he knows how to promote the game. So I turned to Miles, and he's like, "Hey, I'll be more than happy if we can find a spot."
Now, I'm curious to know, of course, Barry Bonds has a connection with Ottawa a little bit as well, because he's uses Sambat.
Oh, that's right.
Right. And I was talking to Arlene from Arlene, who owns Sambat, and she was saying that he's a new rep for them. He's now trying to get the brand out there more. He's of course getting Giancarlo Stanton to use the bat. So now that you're coming to Ottawa, and you and Barry have a connection when you guys played against each other, it's kind of nice.
We're rivals again.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess you guys are rivals again because you're a pitcher and he's hitter. But now that that kind of connection comes into play, I wanted to ask you about your experience when pitching against Barry. Of course, him using Sambat and that big home run that he had hit against you. I believe it was 2002.
Oh yeah, it was a far one too. He had two. He actually had two net at bat, so it's pretty amazing. And he's one of the guys that you don't want to face. And it's funny because I was in Japan and he's like, Gagne, no one ever faces me. You always walk. And I'm like, we can't face you. You're gonna hit us. And I'm all right, if I got 3-run lead or 2-run lead with like 1 or 2 outs, I'll face you. And that was that game. That's the game I looked at. And I had, let's go mano a mano. And he got me. He got me really good. He got me twice actually.
I believe you wrote about it in your book as well.
I wrote it, and he wrote a book. He wrote about it too. So it's mutual respect. I think it's, I was on top of my game. He was on top of his game, and just to see and challenge yourself that's the beauty of baseball. That's what I miss. That's why I come back. Just to face guys and challenge yourself and see where you're at, see what you can do, and that was the best time of my career, I think.
And I just wanted to ask you about baseball in Ottawa. Of course, I guess you could say from the area. Of course, you're from Quebec, but Ottawa has had a up and down with baseball teams. But it seems like the Champions are doing things right. Just from what you've seen on social media, or just from being here, what do you think of the baseball in Ottawa and the fan experience and keeping a team here?
I mean, it's hard. Trust me, it's hard. I mean, what Miles and everybody else is doing here is really hard, but they're putting a lot of time in. And I saw it in the fans yesterday. I saw the team is doing great. Making the playoffs the first year is huge, but it's a year-to-year thing. I mean, you got to work hard every single year. There's no giving in this league. There's no giving in independent baseball. So I think, you look at example like in Quebec City, they're doing really good. So I think you take these guys and try to copy a little bit. And it's always different in every city, but I think it's a great baseball city. They have a history of baseball here, and then you said about Sambats, and you got the Lynx who were here before AAA.
Yep.
And it's really cool. I mean, it's good. I think it's a good city. You got to give a good product, of course, but they've done that this year, and I think it's going to be a really positive.
Have you talked to any of the local baseball players that are from Ottawa? Of course, Seb, Eric Bedard, also another guy. I don't know if you had a chance to play with him.
I've never played with him. I've talked to him a couple of times, but I talked to Seb. I talked to Phil Lemont. I talked to Phil.
Yes.
Phil he's right here, pretty close, about 20 minutes from here. So,
Yeah.
And he loves it, and there's a lot of fans. It's like in Quebec, it's like in Montreal. There's a lot of fans, and there's a beautiful ballpark. I mean, it's a shame that it was empty for all these years, and then look at that, it's beautiful. It's probably the best park I think in the Can-Am easily, and probably in the minor leagues. And to have no one in here, it's pretty special.
All right.
I guess last question. Goal for tomorrow. Last year with Trois-Rivières, you pitched a solid 4 and a third. What are you hoping for tomorrow?
Win, get a decision tomorrow. That's my goal. And go out there and try not to mess up our bullpen.
Sure.
And go out there and try to give innings and see what I can do and go as long as I can.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.